Cool. Okay, great. So over here we see Ubuntu running on a phone now. So we basically took the Ubuntu core, which also runs on the desktop or on TV, and created a whole new interface to optimize for small touchscreen devices as well. So what you see over here is a welcome screen. So after I activate my phone and see the screen, it shows some data for myself in a very nice visualization, which gives a very personal, unique entrance to the phone. And the other important thing that you see is that there are no buttons, right? So there are no hard key buttons or soft key buttons. And the reason is basically that we designed the experience around all the edges of the screen, which allows the user to interact much faster and much more natural than what the user would do when you need to use buttons for that. So for example, the left edge basically reveals the launcher, which shows my frequent used apps, my favorite apps basically. We saw that people have about like 10 favorite apps, and they can put it in here and go to them immediately.
When we just review just in person.
So over here, for example, I also have a button to go to the home screen. Enter the home screen here. The home screen shows my apps, my calls I made, my content, also my people. So there's my contacts, Facebook contacts, normal contacts, and also my music I can buy as well. Over here you can see the apps that are running, frequently used apps, all my installed apps, and then when I go to the fully right I see videos. I can also, for example, go to music immediately from here. Right? People, home. So those are all the home screens, and basically when I would go to an app, for example, what's really cool about Ubuntu is, and it was already shown in the last version of Ubuntu on desktop, is we have both web apps and native apps living both in the launcher basically. So they both use the core elements of the operating system. So for example, when I go to the gallery app, there's the gallery app, which is a native app, which is higher performant than a web app, so it has all the benefits of being native. And basically you can go and scroll through the app, right? And what you see is that the controls go away because the whole design optimized for the content rather than showing controls in the interface. I can still change view, but when I start scrolling down, basically the control goes away. When I scroll up again, there's my control, right? So what's really cool is also that we have what we saw is that users, when they're using apps, they want to change, for example, settings or go into messages without actually leaving the app. So rather than going to the home screen, the settings menu, finding the right setting, we allowed a much quicker way to find the setting that you want to change. And that's what the top edge does. So I take the top edge, I can go to sound, messages, networks, battery, date and time. For example, go to battery, drag it down, change the setting, bring it back up, and I'm back at my app. Or for example, to my messages, I for example want to reply to a call or reply to an email, done it, bring it back up, and I'm back at my app. So this is what the top edge does. And as said before, we also want to optimize the design to show the content, but sometimes the user wants to use controls, right? So for example, when I open a picture, I might want to share this or delete it or edit the picture. And the user can bring in the controls by the bottom edge. So bring in the bottom edge, and there are my controls. I can bring it. I can hide it again, bring it back up, hide it again, right? And for example, I can edit or share Facebook. And then, for example, I'll say something. Hi, post. Bring it back. It's being posted. I'll go back.
I'm also senior editor with Inform. I'm his co-host.
There you go.
This week
back in the gallery app.
Can I get a press kit?
And we also saw that people switch between the last 2 or 3 apps very often. So we want to give a very, very fast way for users to switch between apps. So for example, when I would go to the camera app, right? I take a picture, for example, of the table over there. So, take a picture, and I'll go back to the gallery. I use the right edge swipe to go back to the gallery. That's my picture. Let me have a look. Oh, I don't like it so much. Use the bottom edge. delete a previous app. I want to go back, be back in the app, and basically go back to my home screen. So all the edges allow for a very fast and quick interaction across the phone. That's what Ubuntu Phone is.
Excellent.